the harvest is the end of time. Gather the wheat, put them in my barn. Gather the tares and burn them, put them in a lake of fire. So, like weeds in a field, the weeds would be the tares or the devil's children, you know. So the beasts of the fields are would be peoples, the peoples that sit on many waters. The peoples would be, what have we become? Are we in? Are, we've fallen out of Christ's image. So, and that's the falling away. We're the church. What I always ask people, what condition is your church in? How are you doing? Are you in rebellion? Are you in hatred? Do you have envy? Do you have undealt with emotions or mental despairs? I'm not. Everybody's suffered something in this fallen world. It says in the world you'll have trials, but it hasn't made you beastie in your nature. Have you become rebellious? Have you become unhealed? Do you use profanity? Are you wounding other people? Are you destroying your own relationships? Are you destroying your future? What will are you walking in? Because I remember the Lord, like from Laodicean to the Philadelphian, and this is a different state of your church existence. I'm the church. He was in you, not he was in a building. Howbeit you do not know I'm not in temples made with hands. You are the temple of the living God. So I always ask people, this is my house of the living God. That's why I tell people, examine and judge yourself. Clean out your house. Clean out all those bad emotions, those bad feelings, those bad memories. I'm not saying they'll ever go away. I tell people all the time, I have my memories. I know what I've overcome. I know what I've conquered. And that's why, so I always tell people, have you become a bestiality in your nature? Like, what are you succumbing to? How are you operating? What are you settling for? Who are you? What have you become? This is the falling away, what they talk about. Many will fall away to seduce these spirits. Have you seduced yourself? Are you hanging around the wrong people? Are you under a generational curse? Are you under an ancestral curse? Um, these are things what I say. So the beasts of the field are simply us. You know, this is the field. That's why I say you're either in the image of Christ or you've fallen away to some formalities. And he said he will destroy the beast out of the earth. You'll watch the reward of the wicked and watch them perish. Your own sins will find you out. It says the soul that sins, that soul will be destroyed. Why? Because the wages of sin is death. I don't care what kind of sin it is. No sin is better than any other sin. Sin is sin, and it will destroy you. That's darkness, sin, uncompliance with the image of Christ. And that's what I'm saying. That was his intricate design to show you if you're becoming beastie in your nature, rebellious. Rebellion is the sin of witchcraft. That's when you have like an Ahab or Jezebel spirit, Leviathan. He says, I'm going to break down the Leviathan and the Goliath. Those are the struggles. Those are the demeanors. Those are the bad, becoming, dark, operating in darkness. Now, there might be some people, the Lord would never require you to set yourself on fire to become what he created you to be. He didn't say, here, I give you life, now go destroy it. But our carnal nature, carnal mind in a fallen world that's governed by flesh and Satan. Satan, it says you're of your father, the devil, the lust of your flesh will do. But the Lord wouldn't say to go destroy your life. He didn't birth you. He didn't give you that breath of life for you to live defiant to. People used to live 100 and some years old. Now they're dying at 30, 40, and 50. This is what the whole world has fallen away to its own demise. People don't address the formalities or atrocities of this fallen world that need to be. It's broad as the way to destruction. A lot of people are going in the wrong direction. A lot of people are going in the wrong path. Like the Lord says, they've all went their own way. This is how real the Bible comes to me. They've all gone their own way. They say they love me with their lips, but their hearts are far from me. So, touching this Bible is what brought me into truth, to the grim reality. That's why I said the spirit of truth comes upon you, the mourning and sackcloth, that you finally see, like, and you're like, I feel like I'm in the world now, but I feel like I see sin everywhere, I see pain everywhere, I see suffering everywhere, and I don't know why people can't see it for themselves. I always ask the Lord, I'm like, I told him 10 years ago when he touched me on my visions and dreams. He showed me everything that is going on in the world. I've got it all written down. I don't watch news. I don't watch TV, so I know my revelations are from him. But I told him 10 years ago, if I could save from one soul, I guess I'll take these hits. I'll stand in the front line and be your soldier. I remember saying that. And, and I do my best. I get knocked down more than I get lifted up. For my love, they give me hate. I get knocked down a lot. But to be rejected by man is to be approved by God. It says the world will hate you. We already know this at this cross. I tell people, if you're not ready to be hated, you're not ready to stand for Christ in a world that hates him. It takes great strength to be a loving person in a cold world that people just want to do whatever they want to do and they don't care who they hurt. And they don't think about those little details that destroy people's well-being, like a bully. And like, you see these sometimes. When I used to watch TV, I'd see people being on, telling 10 years later, someone said some words, life and death in the power of tongue, said some words, and they never forgot those words. It hurt everything about their future. They never forgot it. They can't get past it. You see this all the time where, you changed. I remember that. And they want to go back and they want resolution. They want forgiveness. They want consolation. They want to know why. They want answers. And I always tell people, I had to quit seeking that approval because I think some people can't be sorry. They can't give you something they don't have. If they don't have forgiveness in their heart, they can't give it to you. There's some unresolved issues they're going through because hurt people hurt people. Healthy people don't go around destroying people's lives. So if they haven't forgiven someone that's hurt them, they're walking in those wounds and they're traumatizing everything that they come encounter with. They're bleeding on people that didn't cut them. So that's why I always say, well, wait. Now I'm like in the image of Christ, and I always say, why is that person acting that way? You know them by their fruit, right? Why are they carrying themselves like that? They're pushing good people out. They're pushing loving. If they're not receiving love, you can't give it to them. So they've hardened their heart to that aspect. They're rejecting everything good because what they thought was love was not. It was false expectations. That someone disappointed them. They opened up their heart to something that destroyed them. So that hardened heart, their failures, their trials, every time, like I tell people, every time you take a hit to a wound to your heart or someone disappoints you, that's a wound. Wow, that person hurt my feelings, or, man, I really, thought highly of that person. So these are the veils that get put on your eyes every time someone hurts you. And that's why it says remove your stony heart. You have to deal with the things that wounded you in this fallen world. And sometimes that'll make you cry. Sometimes that'll make you feel again. But that's what's required. That's what's necessary. I tell people all the time, I'm human. I'm not better than anybody. I cried for a year coming to this cross. But I also was healed by doing that. I always tell people it's okay to have feelings. You're not a robot. You're supposed to feel. You're a human being. Even God was angry. He got mad. He hated things. He said there's a time to love, there's a time to hate, there's a time to war, there's a time to, these things I, the Lord, create. We're human beings. We're not robots. If you get robotic in nature, you start worrying because you're growing apathy, you're going cold. This is where you're, that Brad's an image. That Brad's an image. Where you're just hardening yourself. And you're looking, and you're not getting the appropriate love you deserve.